Hello, this is very different from my usual content, but something else that I love besides fighting games is One Piece. And I finally caught up to the manga a few weeks ago, so I thought it'd be fun to do sort of live readings of new chapters. And since I read it in Japanese, it'd be a bit unique compared to most people doing this. And so I can read it aloud and then translate as I go, and at the end, I can go back and look at some words and grammar in more depth. My hope is to be a sort of learning aid for people studying the language, or maybe just people who want to know what the series is like in the original Japanese. But I'm not perfect, so I may make mistakes, so if you notice any, please leave a comment. Anyways, I would have loved to do this last week because that chapter was pretty great, but considering what things have been building up to, I have a feeling this chapter is going to be even better, especially with a title like this. 第1160話 God Valley 事件 The God Valley Incident. We're finally here. But before we start, of course, we have to read the cover story. We got a beautiful vista of the flower capital here. 鬼の子ヤマトの恋なり第3 Volume 42花の都を一望できるおでんと仲間を祀るお堂 So Demon Child Yamato's 恋なり第3 So 恋なり is probably a proper noun of a temple because Inari is a deity in Shintoism, a fox god. And Daisan means to visit a temple for somebody else. So you maybe could translate this as sort of Demon Child Yamato's Koinari pilgrimage. I'm not sure what the official translation is, but something like that. So volume 42, Hana no Miyako, the flower capital. Ichibo means like in one unbroken view, like we see here, the entire thing all at once. Oden to nakama o matsuru odo. So, the temple in which Oden and his followers were enshrined. Matsuru means to enshrine, and odo, so odo is a sort of generic word for either just like a big building where a lot of people gather, or any sort of place where a god or Buddha is enshrined and worshipped. So in this case, it's the temple in which Oden and his followers are enshrined. So anyways, let's move on to the actual chapter now. Of course, I have to blur it. I can't show the full chapter. I don't want Shueisha or whatever putting a hit out on me to the Guardia di Finanza or something. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. Or already we got a massive panel here of all these celestial dragons angry about something. Let's just read it out here. They're booing the Davy clan. こいつらがデービー一族だ。お前らは嫌われの一族だ。These are the Davy clan. You guys are a hated clan, a hated family even. 先祖代々お前らを愛する者などいない。Over generations, there's never been anybody who loved you. 孤絶せよ. Cut yourself off. Isolate yourself. バッカニアなんだろう、お前らも. And you guys are buccaneers, aren't you? こいつらを生かしておいては危ない. It's dangerous to let these people live. Terrible. 待って! まだ物を投げないで. Wait! Don't throw things yet, the announcer is saying. こいつらを根絶できるなら今日は祝いの日だ. If we can eradicate these guys, today is a day to be celebrated. Oh my god. よく見つけたな, Darling. You've done well to find them, Garling. 運命としか言えません. I can't say it's anything but fate. そして個人戦の優勝候補をご紹介. And now introducing the candidate to win the individual match. It's gonna be Garling probably, right? Oh, god, look, it's baby Blackbeard. I think I read it in the wrong order, but whatever. Knife wa yamete. Shindara penalty desu yo. Stop with the knives. If they die, you'll get a penalty. And then we got Blackbeard and his mom comforting him. Oh, this has got to be like one of the most darkest things that Oda's put in this series so far. Like, 私はもうダメだけど、あの子たちは心の温かい誰かに育ててほしいお願い。Yeah, I'm done for. But I would like these children to be raised with somebody with a warm heart. Please. あいつに渡さないで。Don't give them over to them. This is young dragon as well. Need to save the children. Don't let the celestial dragons take them. 見ず知らずのあんたの子供たちを俺が助けたい。できなき俺はここに立っていられない。So 見ず知らず is like unfamiliar, unknown. So he doesn't know these kids, but he still wants to save them. I want to save your children. Otherwise, I can't stand here. ご紹介しましたスーパーレアラビット。The super rare rabbits that he's introduced. 13名のポイントは1万点. So they're each worth 10,000 points each, all 13 of them. わあ。その他。Also, レアラビット150名. 150 rare rabbits. 1時間後に狩りをスタートします。We will start the hunt in 1 hour. さあ逃げろ、ラビットたちよ。Now run away, rabbits. 嘘だろ？本当に今から殺されるのか？ No way, is he really gonna start killing us now? うわあ。3週間生き延びれば助かるんだ。If we live it out for 3 weeks, we'll be saved? No, no you won't. もう逃げるしかない。We have no choice but to run. どこかにいい隠れ場所は？ Is there some good place to hide? 狩りスタート！ Let the hunts begin.どこだ？ Where are they? Oh yeah. I don't know what that is. Is that a laugh? 泣かないで。お願いよ。Please don't cry. Oh yeah. Oh my god. That's a crying baby sound. 見つけたえ。ダビッド。With a fucking heart? 子供は見逃してください。Please overlook the children. Like, spare the children. Or the child, rather. お願い, please. Now that's his scummy laugh. And then he shoots them. That's so fucked. Oda, why? 助けてください. Please help. 夫は殺さないで. Don't kill my husband. Oh my god. Just bodies piling up. 聖地マリージョア、神々の地。Holy land, Marijua, the land of the gods. おー、行け! Come on, let's go! Of course, they're all watching like it's a fucking sports game. I mean, it is to them. It's just entertainment to them. フィガランド家優勢! The Figureland family is in the lead, essentially. They are バレット家、マンマヤ家が追い上げる。The Bombets house and Mammeyer house are putting pressure on them, are closing in. And then we got, of course, he's just out here slicing people up like it's nothing. Yeah, Garling sama. Oh, Garling. Miss Master Garling. Oh, yeah. What a hottie. You love a guy that just rides on his fucking chocobo, slicing up innocent people. どこにかけた? Where did you bet? 地続線はジェパード系、個人は軍港。軍港? So where did you bet? So the clan battles, so like not the individual battles, but the clan battles, the shepherd house, and for individuals, gunko. 本当かい? Really? いいが、まだ騎士団のお抱え神の従人だい? Isn't she still just a, what's this? So like, kami no jujin is some sort of title. It literally means like lesser blade of the gods. So it's gunko is like sort of like a retainer to the knights. So not a very high rank. Oh. Okay. またもまんまやけのexcellent bonus. So the Mamma, your house got an excellent bonus. And then we got young Gunko, but look, Gunko Gu. So most of the celestial dragons have the suffix se, right? Which means saint. But instead of se, Gunko has gu. Assuming that's not a name, because in the background it says Saint Gunko. So I'm thinking that gu is like a lesser rank than se, perhaps? I believe that Gunko was not born a celestial dragon. I don't think she was born a Mary Joie. Ina Garingu se. Like there's an example. Se. Garingu se. Saint Garling. Oh, lucky Saint Garling. こんな美女を妻にできるなんて. He's lucky that he could get such a beautiful woman as his wife. Of course, I doubt that she did it of her own consent. Considering what the fuck he did to his last wife, まだ決まってわけじゃねえだろ. It hasn't been decided yet. Like he hasn't won her yet. Wow. Oh, look who it is. 高いところに登ったな. You've climbed up somewhere high, eh? 茨のクッション敷いといたからよ. I laid out a cushion of vines for you. 飛び降りろ. Come jump down. やめてよ. Stop it. うえ. やめてくれ。俺の子なんだ。Stop it. That's my kid. お父さん。Daddy. 大丈夫だ。受け止める。It's okay. I'll catch you. And then in the background they get stabbed. 感動的だ. How moving. It's so emotionally moving, isn't it, Summer? To see a father die trying to catch his kid and then they both die because of you. Oh, and then dragons seeing the aftermath of all this. So, 誰かを救おうと天竜人に立つけば. 天竜人に立てつけば. If I defy the celestial dragons by trying to save somebody, 俺の一小隊全員打ち首. All of my regiment will be executed. 隊員全員揃ってるな? All of the troops are together, right? はい、もちろん. Yes, of course. ドラゴンのやつ一体どこへ? Where the hell's dragon? まさか島へ立ち入っちゃいめえな. He's not trespassing onto the island, is he? He's not going to the island, is he? 痛い痛い。1万ポイントバカニア. Oh, there he is, a 100,000 point buccaneer. And look, it's what we saw in the other flashback. It's Eva with Puma. このクソみてえなゲームの中で生き残ることを夢見るな。Don't even dream of being able to survive in this shitty game. このゲームから逃げ出すんだよ。We're getting out of this game. We're running away. 共に出ようぜ、ゴッドバレー。Let's get out together. Let's get out of God Valley together. まだ希望。They still have hope? むひょひょ、自慢の10連殺人ライフルで。むひょひょ、this is my proud 10 kill rifle, like 10 kill at once rifle. I don't know. That's a very clumsy way of translating that, but that gets the point across. Oh, come on. So Dragon just shot a celestial dragon, but there's the ZZZs there, so it wasn't a live round. Come on, Dragon. If you're gonna shoot him, use real ammunition. しまった。つい。Oh damn! I just did it without even thinking. Yeah. More scenes of slaughter. Giant explosion. Shima no Higashi on the east side of the island. Nandai? What is it? Rox has arrived. Rox kaizoku nan desu. It's the Rox pirates. いや、それどころじゃない。Wait, not just them. 名のある海賊たちが続々と。Many famous pirates are coming one after another. Oh, look at that spread. おい野郎ども、借金、財宝、悪魔の実。ここで俺らが殺し合ってもしゃあねえんだ。一時協力体制で。Come on, men. Shaki, treasure, devil fruits is what they're trying to get, of course. It can't be helped if we try and kill each other here. Let's cooperate temporarily. 宝は帰って山分けだ。When we get the treasure back, we'll split it evenly. 文句はねえよな、野郎ども。No complaints, right, men? 借金は分けられねえ。You can't divide up Shaki. 一番に助けたやつが惚れられるに決まってんだろう。She'll fall in love with the person who rescues her first, of course. わあ、そこは譲らねえな。Yeah, I can't just give that away. Can't just give her away, I guess. いや、財宝を多く得たやつに借金は惚れる。No, Shaki will fall in love with the person who gets the most treasure. 勝手にしろ。俺はダチとして身を案じてる。Do whatever you want. I'm worried about them as a friend. まあ、惚れられても悪い気はしねえが。Well, it wouldn't be bad if she fell in love, though. はあ、何言ってんのよ、ニューゲート。Huh? What are you talking about, Newgate? Of course, she's in love with him, so she doesn't want that. 借金を私が助けたらドジャーは私に感謝するけど。Well, if I rescue Shaki, then Roger will thank me. 島に残った王直はバーをできんだ。So, 王直 who we left on the island, is banned on entering the bar. バカだね。天地がひっくり返っても、借金はお前たちには振り向かねえよ。You idiots, even if the sky and the earth flipped around, Shaki wouldn't bat an eye to you. リンリン、悪魔の実は俺にくれるのか？ Then are you gonna give me the devil fruit? 撃て！ Fire! 構わねえ！突っ込め！ Sweat it off. Rush in. Yokero. Out of the way. Dodge. 無駄だ海軍 It's pointless, Marines. 俺に続け Rox 海賊団 After me, Rox pirates. And they barge right into the island. 大変だ海賊が来た It's terrible. Pirates are here. 何をしている海軍 What are you doing, Marines? わちきたちに何かあったら貴様ら縛り組みだ If something happens to us, you're gonna be hanged. 報告します。西の海岸に要注意 Attention to the western shore. We got Dragon and look at that. The twins. Oh, Dragon saving them. That's who was dying. It was their mother. I didn't catch that earlier. Doja 海賊団です It's the Roger Pirates. 泣かないでくれるのか奇跡だ They're not crying? It's a miracle. 天竜人島の中心へ Celestial dragons to the center of the island. 絶対に傷つけるな Don't let them get hurt. Or they must not be hurt. どうなってんだ What's going on? この世の終わりだ This is the end of the world. ロックスの次はロジャー Rox and then Roger too? ロジャー海賊団上陸 The Roger Pirates have landed! うわoh. Look at that spread of the Roger Pirates. 俺はシャキを救出する I'm gonna rescue Shaki. お前らどうせ見込みがねえんだ You guys have no hope for it anyways. 財宝を奪え Go steal the treasure. シャキを奪い返せ Take Shaki back. くそ、ゲームどころじゃないな Damn, there's no time to play a game now. 何事だい何とかしろ What's going on? Do something. We finally get to see all of the knights. I love this design in the back. 海兵を下げて天竜人を護衛させろ。神の騎士団出るぞ。So, Marines fall back and protect the celestial dragons. The gods' knights are heading out. 島の八方から海賊たちが Pirates are coming from all 8 directions. 軍艦応戦せよ Ships fire back. Return fire. 上陸させるな Don't let them land. もうダメかもしれません It might be too late. 海賊たちが続々と上陸 Pirates are landing on the island one after another. 目的はわかりません We don't know their objective. おいおい Oh, it's Garp. おいおいうちの兵士を野菜みてえに切ってんじゃねえよ Hey, quit cutting my soldiers up like they're vegetables. Yeah. Then of course he does his signature cannonball throw. あの船は That ship ガープ中将だ It's Vice Admiral Garp. 俺が来たぞ I'm here. Garp の艦隊 Garp's fleet. 援軍到着 Reinforcements arrived. Garp 中将です It's Vice Admiral Garp. Whoa, 助かった! Yeah, we're saved! This is amazing. This is amazing. Like it says here in the flavor text, 伝説集う. The legends are assembling. They're meeting all of the legendary characters. Alright, so let's go back and look at some vocabulary and stuff in more detail. On the first page here we have the verb matsuru, which means to deify or to enshrine. Here it means that Oden and his companions are enshrined in this temple, right? And you may notice the pronunciation matsuru. That sounds very similar to a word matsuri, meaning festival. And you'd be right. In fact, the verb matsuru is also often written with the same kanji as the word for festival, because the words are related. The word for festival, matsuri, comes from the verb matsuru, as originally festivals are, of course, to honor a certain god, right? So that's where that connection is. The verb can also mean to worship, but this verb does not necessarily have to be for gods. It can also just mean people who have died are being sort of enshrined in a specific place, like maybe a monument for people who died in war. So here's another word I wanted to go over here. 見ず知らず. This word, if you look at it literally, it's not seen, not known. And together it means like unknown or strange, unfamiliar, that sort of thing. And as you can see here, it's connected with no. So you can modify a noun with 見ず知らず, with no, to mean an unknown thing, a strange thing. So in this case, it's the unknown children. He doesn't know these children. Another thing I wanted to point out here. So they call the slaves that they're hunting rabbits, right? But the way it's written here, we got this character means like escape and rabbit. So together it's read as rabbit, but it's written escape rabbit. So like running away rabbit. This is an example of something called gikun. Here's another example right next to it. The word ten, which means point, but it's read as pointo. So gikun is where you have the furigana of the word that's being said over a kanji that is not read like that, but it gives sort of extra information what is meant. So here, he means 10, right? So it's written 10, but he's actually saying pointo. Same for here. The meaning is that these are sort of running away rabbits to be hunted. That gives you an explanation of what is being meant by the word ラビット. 3週間生き延びれば助かるんだ. So 生き延びる means to survive. If you break it down, it breaks down into 生きる and 伸びる. 生きる meaning to live, and then 伸びる meaning to prolong, to extend. Of course, to extend your life, to survive. But this verb 伸びる can also be written like this. With this kanji, it means more of a literal sense of stretching something out. So if you're using it in a literal sense of stretching something out, like stretching out a shirt, or for example, you would write it like this. But if you're using it in a figurative sense of stretching out like a length of time or prolonging something, then you write it like this. There's another little thing I wanted to say. So these celestial dragons, if you're unaware, they often add a little e at the end of their sentences, so like mitsuketa e. It makes them sound extra scummy. But the real thing I wanted to point out here was this 子供は見逃してください. There's two things here. First, this wa here, it serves to sort of specify that you're talking specifically about the child. So like, you can kill us, but just don't kill the child, essentially. I know it's dark, but Yeah. And then minogasu. So minogasu here is formed from two verbs, of course. So miru, meaning to see or to look, and nogasu, meaning to pass something up or to let something get away. And minogasu means to overlook, to turn a blind eye to something. Now this nogasu here is of course related to the verbs nigeru and nigasu. So nigeru means to run away, and nigasu means to let something or someone run away, or also to let an opportunity run away, to pass up an opportunity, to miss your chance at something, which is also what nogasu means. These two verbs mean essentially the same thing, but nigasu is way more common, especially on its own. And here's another example of what I was just talking about. Otto wa korosanai de. So the wa is specifying otto, husband. You can kill me, but just don't kill my husband. This is very dark, but these are the examples I have. All right, and in this sense, we have a grammatical thing here. So dekiru is of course the potential form of the verb suru. So when you something o something ni suru, it means to make the thing before o into this thing. So in this case, bijo o tsuma ni suru means to make a beautiful woman into your wife. It sounds weird when you translate it literally like that, but essentially means to get a beautiful woman as a wife. And in this case, it's in the potential form, so to be able to get a beautiful woman as a wife, or to be able to make this beautiful woman your wife. And in this sentence, there are two things here. So the first one, this jane, this ne, this is something you see all the time in manga, but especially One Piece, where the I sound in words like nai gets turned into an e sound. So nai becomes ne. And in One Piece in particular, which is kind of interesting, is that they write it out as a little katakana e, which I thought was very weird when I first started reading One Piece, but you get used to it. It's like throughout the entire manga. This is everywhere. There are other examples too, like katakana a being used to lengthen an a sound. I don't know why they do it like that, but you know. Then this sort of kimatta wake janai, kimatta wake janai. So this wake janai serves to sort of emphasize, right? It's an emphasis sort of expression. It literally is like, it's not the case that this. So kimatta wake janai. It's not the case that it's decided. Like you can't just decide that he's already won. Like somebody else could win. And here's another example of what I was just talking about. We got take. So takai becomes take. And that e sound is written with a katakana e for some reason. And then na, nobotta na, with that a extension being written as a katakana a. And then over here, we have shi toita. So shi toita. So toita is a contraction of te oita. So shi te oita, shi te oku in the non-past form. The te oku form is like, it means to do something in advance for some purpose. So in this case, he spread out a cushion of vines so that the kid can jump down onto it, right? So he's doing it for some sort of future purpose, in this case, to have the kid something to land on. Here we have dareka o tsukuo to tenryubito ni tatetsukeba. So if I were to defy the celestial dragons in order to save somebody, so this tsukuo to means in order to save. This oto, when you add it to a verb, means in order to do that thing, but of course it changes depending on what the verb ends with. So sku ends in u, so it changes to o and then uto. So sku, skuoto. But then if you have like kaku, it would be kaku, kakoto. And for like suru, you would say shiyoto. So nanika o shiyoto, in order to do something. And then we got this verb here. Something ni tatetsuku. This verb here means to defy, right? It's normally written like this, but in this case, it's like this. And if you translate it literally, it's to stab at someone's shield. This word's kind of a synonym to a previous word. So earlier we had "Iki nobiru," meaning to survive, but in this case it's "Iki nokoru." But it's pretty much the same thing. It means to remain alive. Literally, ikiru, to live, nokoru, to remain. So to remain alive, to survive. But here's when dragon shoots the celestial dragon. He says, "Tsui." Tsui has two meanings. One, it means like just at this moment, like right now. But in this case, it also means to do something subconsciously, without thinking, outside of your better judgment, that sort of thing. So he just shot him without even thinking about it. This is another interesting word, na no aru. This means famous. And so like the base form of this would be like na ga aru. And that literally means to have name, right? But when you attach it to a noun, you change the ga to a no. That's a sort of rule that Japanese generally has. It's not obligatory in all cases, but that's generally the rule. So it literally means to have name. But if you look at the more common way to say famous, yume, this also literally means to have name. So when you have name, people know your name, you're famous. Of course, by extension, this means that the word na, name, also means fame or reputation, renown. And here we've got sha nai, sha ne. So, koroshiatte mo sha nenda. So, sha ne is a sort of slurred form of shyoganai. So, shyoganai means like there's no use. So in this case, there's no helping it if we start killing each other. There's also the word skatanai, which is basically the same thing. It can't be helped. Here when the rock stars are talking about shaki, they all use the word horeru. So somebody ni horeru means to fall in love with that person, or to be fascinated or to be charmed by that person. Here they write it in katakana, which is interesting because normally it's written like this, with this kanji right here. And you may also see this word as a suffix, pronounced bore. For example, in hitomebore means love at first sight. So, one look, horeru, to fall in love. So one last thing I wanted to point out here, we got shakki o ubai kaese. So, ubai kaese is to steal back. We got the verb ubau, to steal. And then if you attach kaesu to the mas stem of a verb, it turns that verb into to do that thing back, or to do it again. In this case, to steal back. You can do it with pretty much most verbs. So for example, we have ikaesu, to say back, or torikaesu, to take back, or like kurikaesu, to repeat. We got like kirikaesu is to slash back, or like yomikaesu, to reread. There are many variations of this. It's pretty common. But yeah, that's about it for this chapter. This was a very good chapter, and things are just getting started. Like, what's gonna happen next week? We got some good stuff coming. But anyways, that's gonna do it for now. So tell me what you think of this format. It's kind of rough right now. I'm still kind of getting the hang of things. But I plan on doing this for every new chapter as much as I can. So yeah, this is not going to replace my usual fighting game content. Of course, I'm still going to be doing that as well. But yeah, so I guess until next time. I don't know if there's going to be a chapter next week. I haven't looked at the schedule, but yeah. So next chapter.